Hi, hello. It is a beautiful day outside and it is finally warm when it was freezing this morning. So very exciting news. I finally have some semblance of a plot for my prequel that I'm writing, or part of the prequel that I'm writing. So I can finally write instead of brainstorm. I prefer writing over brainstorming. I have some ideas, but I don't feel super inspired like I normally would when starting a new project. But I'm gonna write anyway because I feel like the inspiration will come eventually once I start writing. Like maybe the writing can bring the inspiration. So I'm gonna head to a coffee shop. I kind of have like a little bit of a to-do list going, so we're just gonna start knocking things off. But the focus is gonna be on writing. So I'm gonna be there for about 2 hours, and then I'll try to make most of those to write. I'll try to dedicate most of those hours or most of that time to writing. There are a couple of other things I need to do, but they're not super major. So the first thing I'm gonna do as soon as I get there is write, and then whatever time I have left over, I will see if I have time to do those other things. I am so looking forward to this. It has been way too long since I've written anything.
I wrote a message in my notes that I'm never gonna send to you, saying I'm sorry. I guess you never really know what somebody's gonna do when they get lonely. You found somebody better than me to take care of your insecurities. You did it all while leaving me in the dark. I try so hard to be what you need. If you're into the finer things, well, maybe we should let this fall apart. 'Cause I feel so stupid for falling for you. I should've listened to my friends when they told me not to. They said you're nothing but a one night stand.
I feel like every time I'm recording myself, the sun is in my eyes. I just finished up at the coffee shop. I spent about 2 hours, 1.5 hours there. I wrote about 700 words, which I know, I really cannot look at this, which I know is quite a bit, but I was hoping for more. Like, the words are just not coming to me. Like, I'm having to pull teeth trying to get these words out. I feel like I'm going against the current. It just feels really cringe and cheesy, and I think it's just because I don't really know what I'm doing, and I feel like it's showing. Anyway, I did manage to also make the thumbnail for the vlog that I'm trying to publish today. It is fully edited. I just need to upload and publish it today, but I think I might go home and do that instead. I think what I need to do is draw inspiration from a lot of things. What would help is trying to find female characters, or trying to make a list or brainstorm female characters that I've read about or watched that I feel are closest to this character that I'm writing. I head home now. There are still a couple of things on my list. I'm gonna see how many of them I can do. It is 6 p.m. And I'm feeling like I want to do some work, but I also want to relax, so I might just do the work in bed because I think that's a good compromise. As you can see, it is really beautiful outside again today, and I'm turning my heat back to my AC because it was cold in the morning and now it's hot. I'm like sweating. It's Tuesday, which means I'm about to head to Fable. Before I go, I just wanted to let you guys know that last night after I went home from the coffee shop, I ended up writing a little bit more, so I wrote about another 1,000 words, and so I ended up having written 1,700 words yesterday, which I was fully not expecting. Was I happy with all 1,700 of them? No. Like I said after the coffee shop, I wasn't really feeling where I wanted this character to go, and it didn't really help with those extra 1,000 words. It is 4 p.m. I'm gonna head to Fable probably and write until they close around 7, and we'll see how productive or not productive I end up being.
Candyland, if you get so close, then
is Fable Hollow Tuesday. Yesterday was so much fun. I have not had that much fun since I was a kid. We were bouldering, which neither of us really knew how to do, but we tried anyway, and it was so much fun, even more than bouldering, to just people watch and watch other people who actually knew how to boulder climb, and they were just so talented. So we had a great time. And then of course, Sunrise on the Reaping. The event was so cute. They did like a whole arena like games thing. It was so adorable. I'm a huge Hunger Games fan. Catching Fire is actually my favorite novel, so being able to celebrate more Hunger Games book or like more Hunger Games content coming out in 2025, like that is something that little me never would have thought of, never would have dreamed of, and the fact that we get to do that is just, it's so special, and I'm just really happy. Today I feel super inspired for some reason to write, and that might just fizzle out into nothing and I might not end up getting a big word count at all. I'm gonna head into Fable. I'm gonna meet my friend here, but until she comes, I'm just gonna kind of sit and chill and write.
I should've listened to my friends. Well, they told me not to. They said you never need a one night stand trip to Candyland. If you get so close, then you might understand. But now my heart's on my sleeve and I'm in too deep. But you're not thinking twice about me.
Okay, hi. I hope you can hear me because it's kind of loud outside. I have been very bad at keeping up with this vlog. Last, I was working on the prequel, which I am still working on the prequel. It has not been that long since I recorded. There have been some hiccups with the prequel. I resorted to kind of jumping around. I did outline part 3, and then I outlined part 4. Day outside. It's not too cold, but it is sunny, and it's perfect. It's just what I needed. I love winter. I love the like holiday season, but then the minute it's January, I'm like, this sucks. When is it gonna be spring? I didn't get a chance to vlog yesterday, but I did make a ton of progress on brainstorming for the prequel, particularly part 5. I think I have it. Like I think I know what happens and how it like unfolds. I just need to write it now, which, something about me, as a pantser, I'm super bad at outlining, but whenever I do get a decent outline in, I feel so lazy about actually writing it out, because I'm like, well, here's the outline, you know, this is what happens, why do I have to write it? Whereas discovery writing, I think, helps me or keeps me excited. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen next, like I have to write it in order to figure it out. I might just skip ahead and write the ending of part 5 and then call it a day with the prequel, because I don't know, like I just feel so lazy to write it out. At the moment though, I'm undecided. All of that to say, I have sort of an outline. I'm finally feeling good about writing again. It took me 3 weeks to get out of this. It took me a month to get out of this little writing slump, this creative slump that I had. I'm about to meet up with a friend to catch up over coffee. It's a popular coffee shop because apparently they have really great coffee. Something called Moon Milk or whatever. Very excited to try. I think I might end up doing a little bit more work because I also started brainstorming for the sequel after I finish the prequel, so I might end up doing more work on that after I get home. So we'll see how long this takes, but I'm feeling very, very good. So coffee shop reunion went well, had a great time talking. Now I'm back at the apartment. I'm really, really excited to write down everything that has kind of been stewing in my head all day, look over the stuff that I've already written down today. I feel like the ball is rolling really fast. It's like I'm super motivated, I'm super inspired, and I am so excited because I haven't felt this way in like a month and it has been grueling. But finally, I'm back to feeling like a writer again, and I want to take full advantage of this momentum that I've got before it goes away. I don't know quite yet what I'm going to work on, but there's a lot to do, so I will find something. I don't have a fixed process that I do for every single book that I brainstorm for, but consistently something that has worked for me is identifying, okay, here's what I want to happen. So if it's like this big climax and I usually start with like the ending, like I want it to end this way, how can I get it there? So I'll start by figuring out the ending and then kind of working backwards from there. I try to just make a bulleted list and I'll just go through the list and try to solve each bullet one at a time. So I'll just start adding on to the bullet list, and any idea goes. Like there's no such thing as a bad idea because once it's on the page, I feel like it just does something to my brain and I can like try to make it work into the story. If it's a bad idea, I'll scratch it out. Something about that also really helps. Usually my brainstorm notes are a mess and I would show you, but there's a lot of like spoilers on there. And then I will have like arrows if I like add a bullet point, but if I have some more thoughts about it, I'll like draw an arrow and write more information. It's like all over the place and I usually have to rewrite it or like turn it into some kind of typed document. The most important thing is I love to brainstorm with like pen and paper. The thing about writing with my hand gives me that creative space and frees up my, like literally gives me space to write. Whereas with typing, I feel like I'm limited to just a document and I can't draw arrows or scratch things out or whatever. So I like to do it on paper. Sometimes I'll use like a notepad like this because it's smaller, so it's like the ideas are like quick words, it's not like complete sentences. But then if I have something more complicated, I'll use a notebook and just draw out my ideas there. But usually the early brainstorming starts in like a smaller notebook, and then eventually I work my way up either to a big notebook, or if I need to brainstorm a little bit more, or I'll just start typing up what I have in the small notebook and organizing my thoughts. So that's currently what I'm doing. It is a mess, but it makes sense to me, and only me. Like I feel like I've made a lot of progress and I'm very, very happy with it. Since I gave any sort of update, so I thought I would do that now. In terms of writing the first draft of the prequel, the outlining went really well the day I was brainstorming. There are still some bits and pieces where I need to go in and write those scenes, but there's no rush to do that. That's not to say that once I write those scenes, the prequel's first draft will be done. It will get me a lot closer to understanding what happens in that book, which will help me understand how to write the first book. But as I kind of wrap up the prequel for the next couple weeks or so, I'm wanting to start going through all of my notes for the edits on draft 3 for book 1. I just need to first kind of organize them and figure out if I want to print this draft out, and also how I'm going to organize my beta reader's notes, because I asked for developmental feedback, but they've been kind enough to give me any kind of feedback that occurs to them as they're reading, whether that's prose or characters or whatever. So what I want to do is, and they're still not done reading, it's still in progress, but once they are done, what I will do is organize their feedback into, okay, this goes into draft 4 edits, this goes into draft 5, and this goes into draft 6, just so that I'm not trying to edit every part of the book at the same time, because that would drive me crazy. I'm gonna wait until they're done reading to do all of that, but at least I can go ahead and get started with the edits that I wrote down for myself while I was writing draft 3 and just kind of get back into that book 1 headspace. That's not going to be for a couple more weeks. I think that's it for this vlog. I am really happy with the progress that I made on the prequel, and I think it's really going to help me write book 1 a lot better because it helps me understand my main character a lot better, especially understanding where she came from and why she is the way she is. So I think it's just going to make a big difference, and I'm going to be able to tell when I read draft 4 or when I'm done with draft 4. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.